What's going on, guys? Philip Martinez here with News Geek, Newsweek's pop culture and gaming section. If you see me, you need to know it's one of two things: wrestling or Yu-Gi-Oh! Unpackings. Today we have some Yu-Gi-Ohs. Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card packs. I can't speak, it's a Monday. Legendary Duelists, Immortal Destiny. It's out now. It came out September 27th. As you can tell from the cover, Yami Bakura from the original OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes on it. That means a lot of his cards, revamped versions of Dark Necrofear, all that good stuff. We have a bunch of villain cards in here, so I'm really looking forward to getting into this. 5 cards per pack. Let's go. I know Rocco's happy. It's not that many. Let's see. Starting with Earthbound Immortal Kakapakapoo. There can only be one Earthbound Immortal monster on the field. There's no face-up field spell on the field spell on the field. Destroy this card. Your opponent's monster cannot target this card for attacks. This card can't attack directly. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. Earthbound Immortals, the Dark Signers cards. Yeah. Anyway, next, Predaplant. I don't even know how you spell that. Klamdusundu. Good job. Monsters with a predator counter that you use as fusion materials are treated as dark. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one dark fusion monster from your extra deck. Using this card on the field, the monsters from your hand, field, and or monsters with a predator counter your opponent controls as fusion materials. You're going to use the effect once per turn. Next, another Predaplant, Drosophilin Hydra. These names. You can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard by tributing one monster on either player's field with a predator counter. You can only special summon this card once per turn this way. If there's a card on the field or in your graveyard, a quick effect, you can banish one other Predaplant monster from your graveyard, then target one face-up monster on the field. It loses 500 attack. You can only use the effect once per turn. 2 Predaplants. Let's see, we get Gimmick Puppet, Destroy. Once while face up on the field, you can target one Gimmick Puppet monster on the field, destroy it. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can supposed to summon 1 or 2 Gimmick Puppet monsters from your hand. And then finally, for the first pack, Evil Hero. Oh, we have more Evil Hero cards. Malicious Edge. This is an older one, but if your opponent controls a monster, you can tribute summon this card face up with 1 tribute. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. Classic, classic, classic. We get more Evil Heroes, Predaplants, as you can see, Gimmick Puppets. Like I said, the villains of the old series. Pack number 2. Let's do this. First up, we have Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. 2 dark monsters on the field except tokens. If this card is fusion summoned, you can make this card gain attack equal to one opponent's special summon monster until the end of this turn. Once per turn, you can target one level 5 or higher monster your opponent controls until the end phase. This card's name becomes that monster's original name and replaces this effect with that monster's original effects. If this fusion summon card is destroyed, you can destroy all your opponent's special summon monsters. That's pretty good. Cool looking dragon. Next, Gimmick Puppet Dreary Doll. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one other Gimmick Puppet monster from your graveyard. Special summon this card. You can only use the effect once per turn. Cannot be used as a material for an Xyz summon, except for the Xyz summon of a Gimmick Puppet monster. Like a 10-star? Was that 9-star? I don't even know. Earthbound Immortal Revival. Discard 1 card, then target one Earthbound Immortal monster and 1 field spell in your graveyard. Add them to your hand. Earthbound need field spell. That helps. Next, Dark Calling. Fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion. By banishing the fusion materials listed on it from your hand and or graveyard, this is treated as a fusion summon with Dark Fusion. Good for the Dark Heroes, or Evil Heroes, I should say. And Predaplant, whatever, we had you already. So, on to pack number 3. Nothing crazy right now. We're getting a lot of reprints of older cards, but hopefully our luck will change. Let's go. Dark Sanctuary, here we go. If a spirit message card will be placed on your field with Destiny's board, you can special summon it as a normal monster instead. And if you do, it is unaffected by card effects except Destiny board and cannot be targeted for attacks, but does not prevent your opponent from attacking you directly. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, toss a coin. If the result is heads, negate the attack, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent's equal to half of the current attack of that opponent's monster. Great card, great field spell. Yami Bakura almost beat Yugi in their duel during Battle City with that card. Next. Whoa, here we go. Dark Spirit of Malice. When your opponent activates a card or effect, it's quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target one level 8 Fiend monster in your graveyard. Special summon it, but its effects are negated. If a level 8 Fiend monster is sent to your graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. You can only use the effect once per turn. It's great with Dark Necrofear, because that's a level 8 Fiend. Next, Predaponics. Continuous spell. Once per turn, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Predaplant monster from your hand or graveyard, but negate its effects. Even this card leaves the field. Once per turn during your opponent within your standby phase, pay 800 life points or destroy this card. Okay. Next we have Evil Hero Infernal Gainer. During your main phase 1, you can banish this card from your field. Then target one Fiend monster you control. That target can make a second attack during each battle phase while you control it face up. Once per turn during your second standby phase, after this card was banished to activate this effect, special summon this card in attack position. Pretty good. Level 4 monster. Finally, here we go. Number 40, Gimmick Puppet of Strings. 2 level 8 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, place one string counter on each face-up monster on the field, except this card. Once per turn during the next end phase of the opponent of the once per turn during the next end phase of the opponent of the player who placed a string counter by this effect, destroy the monsters with string counters, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed. Pretty beefy monster there. So far, so good. We got that cool Malice, Dark Spirit of Malice card. That's going to be great for Dark Necrofear. And any other Fiend level 8 monsters like Archfiend, General, or whatever the case may be. Archfiend Emperor, I think it's called anyway. So, let's continue. Almost there. We have Ultimate Earthbound Immortal. If a normal summon set Earthbound Immortal monster is on the field, you can target one face-up monster on the field destroyed. You can use this effect once per turn. Pretty straightforward. It's a continuous trap, though. It's pretty good. Next, Gimmick Puppet Humpty Dumpty. When this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon one Gimmick Puppet monster from your hand. You can only use the effect once per turn. Easy peasy. Next, Dark Necrofear. Speaking of the devil, She-Devil. Cannot be normal summon or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 3 Fiend monsters from your graveyard. During the end phase, this card is in your graveyard because of destroyed in your monster zone by an opponent's card and sent there this turn. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Equip this card to that target. While this card is equipped to that monster, take control of it. Easy, cool monster, classic. Then we have Supay. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon one Oracle of the Sun from your deck, and if you do, double its attack until. Also return it to the hand during the end phase of this turn. Straightforward. And finally, Moondragon Quila. If this card is targeted for an attack, gain life points equal to half the attacking monster's attack. If this card on the field is destroyed, you can target one Sundragon Inti in your graveyard, special summon that target. Of course, that dragon gets to special summon this dragon from the graveyard in a continuous cycle. One more, guys. What are you hoping I pull? I hope we get that new Dark Necrofear monster. Let's see. Final pack. Here we go. Another Earthbound Immortal Kakapu, whatever. Then we have, Predaplant Heliamorphinicus. Okay. If your opponent controls a monster with a predator counter, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is in its owner's possession and is destroyed by your opponent's card, you can target one Dark Dragon or one Dark Plant monster in your graveyard. Except this card, special summon it. You can only use the effect once per turn. Shiny. Next, we have this guy again. Must be pretty popular. Then we have Zoma the Spirit. Special summon this card in the defense position as an effect monster. If this card is summoned this way is destroyed by battle, then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the monster that destroyed it. Pretty good. Trap monster. Finally, Puppet Parade. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, special summon gimmick puppet monsters with different names from your deck up to the difference. Then, if your opponent's life points are at least 2,000 higher than yours, you can set one rank up magic normal spell directly from your deck. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters except gimmick puppet monsters. You can only use effect once per turn. That's pretty good, especially if you like gimmick puppets. So yeah, what do you guys think? I think our pools we've had better pools. Let's just put it that way. Of course, I'm more excited about, where are you? Where's that Malice card? Here we go. Dark Spirit of Malice. That's the one I'm most excited for. Because who doesn't like Dark Necrofear? And getting it out easier is always the way to go. So yeah, be sure to pick it up. Legendary Duelists Immortal Destiny is out now. Local trading card shop, hobby store, whatever you can get it. But be sure to keep checking back here at News Geek, because we'll have more unpackings. We're going to New York Comic Con, people, so check us out there. We'll be having some videos and some cool stuff you can read at newsweek.com. So I'm Philip Martinez. Until next time, later.